We're going to be talking about group practices again. That is the topic for the week. And if you are thinking about starting a group practice or you're in the process of doing a group practice, one thing that's going to come up is whether you have employees or contractors. We're not going to talk about the difference between that because we've talked about that before. What we're going to talk about today is that if you decide to have employees, what are some of the benefits that you can provide your employees and what are sort of the standard things that are out there. I want you to know that you definitely want to, as always, talk to your employment lawyer because there's going to be certain things that you have to provide that may not seem like a benefit, but is a benefit or is a cost to you in a necessity in having employees. So we're going to talk about things a little bit more like fringe benefits, and I'm going to put some links below. So typical benefits that you want to think about are vacation time, paid time off, holidays, right? People are going to want to know about that. If they're working full time, I think there's going to be some expectation that they are going to have at least some PTO vacation time. Again, you can decide what that looks like for full-timers versus part-timers. So again, we're thinking at many levels here, employees versus contractors, full-time versus part-time. And so when you're deciding your benefits package, you can decide who gets what. Whether somebody, if they're part-time, they get a certain amount, or whether they're full-time and they get that amount. I want you to think about the values of your company when you are discussing benefits. That's going to be a big thing. I mean, finances are always going to be a factor when determining benefits, but aside from finances, I want you to think about the values of your company. Are you a company that absolutely, supports a lot of self-care? Then maybe you'll have higher amounts of vacation time. Not that if you don't value self-care, you don't have a lot, but you understand. Maybe your the values of your company is really, you're a family-oriented business, and so you would be taking, let's say, Thanksgiving off and the day after Thanksgiving, or Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Just for instance, as I'm thinking of it off the top of my head. Or maybe all of your clinicians have children, right? And you want to make sure that you're following the school schedule for holidays, for instance. You can also think about things like providing an employee match to your 401k. Again, you definitely want to talk to both your accountant and whoever is going to administer your 401k. We actually just did our 401k a couple weeks ago. It was actually a little bit more time intensive than I had realized it was going to be. It was fine to do that, but there were a lot of meetings and a lot of things I needed to do and a lot of things that I needed to sign and decisions I needed to make. And it was great to have some support around that, and it was really helpful. But I can imagine if you have 10 employees, or you're switching over to offering a 401k now, that would be pretty time intensive. So be sure to set aside some time for that if that's something that you're looking for offering. Another very common one that I see a lot of group practices offer is Ceu Stipends. I think that's great. I think if you really value evidence-based treatments, you want your clinicians to be on top of things. If you have a specific modality that your group practice follows, I think it is really great to offer CEUs. There's ways you can do it at the independent contractor level, so where it's not like a benefit. We do that as well. We really promote any kind of free CEUs that we can get. We share that with the team on a regular basis. Sometimes we have people come in. It's really great. I'm very passionate about offering good clinical care, and so having CEUs would be a benefit. If I had employees, it would be definitely a stipend that I would offer. Another thing a lot of people talk about is short-term disability. That is something that you can offer usually through an AFLAC. Again, that's something you would have to have meetings about. You would have to get some advice about, get some feedback about. I don't have any particular feedback about disability insurance, but a lot of people look at short-term and long-term disability. Those are just a couple of the basics that you can offer. There are other things that you can think about, but first I want to thank our sponsor, TherapyNotes. If you're looking for an electronic health record that's really full service, one that will really help you run your practice, whether it's a solo practice or a group practice, whether it's a virtual practice or an in-person practice. I really want you to check out TherapyNotes. What makes them really stand apart is their customer service. People rave about this all the time. You can pick up the phone, you can, make a call and say, "Hi, I need your help. Please help me. I don't know how to do this thing." And they're really wonderful at guiding you through that process. So I want you to check out TherapyNotes for your electronic health record. So thinking about benefits, you can also think kind of like outside of the box. A lot of people will talk about like the snacks they provide, the drinks they provide, the holiday parties, birthday gifts, birthday celebrations, celebrations for other kinds of events. Like those though might not be written out in your employee handbook. Like if it's your birthday, you're going to get a $25 gift card to Starbucks. That's still a part of creating culture within your company. So when you're thinking about your benefits package, I want you to really think about what do I want to cultivate within this group practice? This is my company. This is our company. What do I want people to feel? What's important to us? And I really want you to create your benefits package from there with the help of your accountant and an attorney and maybe your private practice coach and all the various people that are involved in planning for you, those stakeholders that are valuable. But I also really want you to think about what am I cultivating here, and how can my benefits package align that? So good luck in picking your benefits package. What an exciting time for a group practice owner to be able to give back and offer to their employees. I'll see you soon, everybody. Bye.